Tuesday. Uh, so today we try and market and also learn about marketing. Yeah. So I've been telling you guys how I joined TikTok. TikTok is an interesting platform. It's very interesting. I think apparently because TikTok is accessible to everyone, waliwo comment ezijja ku TikTok n'ogamba oba kiki kino. TikTok. But it's a platform that grows. In like 2 days, I've gotten about 2,000 extra followers. I think 2 days ago, I had about 800 followers. About 3 days ago. As we speak, I have like 600. I have 6,000 followers. So and by the end of the day, I might have 7,000 because I think I have 600 over 500. Kugamba. TikTok is very interesting. It grows so fast, especially when you create content that is good morning council. You create content that kind of the landscape is missing. For example, like the content about auto, the brutally honest content that I create. And I realized with TikTok, you have to be a little sentimental. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. You have to be a little brutal, more brutal than anyone else. Of course, now that we are talking about marketing, it's important for us to understand what my strategy with TikTok is, so that maybe you can also use it in your business. You know, when you communicate, when you're using, you can't hear. You can't. You guys, everyone else, can you guys hear me? Martha, Gaetano. Apart from Council Patrick, who else cannot hear me? Yeah. Patrick, kindly check your phone. It may be your phone. Okay, guy. Hi, Isaiah. So while we're talking about marketing, it's important for us to all understand that you need a strategy, a communication strategy. You need like a marketing strategy, and this is something that will be very, very important if you have a business in Uganda, or if you plan to have a business in Uganda. There is a right way to do things, and there is a way that you want to do things. The right way to do things is that not every channel is for your business. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You see, sometimes you see business people that are on almost every platform. You go to TV stations, they're marketing there. You go to radio stations, they're marketing there. You go to social media, they are there. Billboards, they are there. Now, those are businesses that would probably use all these channels, but you have to think about your kind of business, and then you start imagining, does my business really need to be on all these platforms? And majority of the times the answer is no. Why am I saying no? Because some of these platforms don't have your kind of customers. Yes, they project the need, but the need is not actually there. You get. So TikTok, personally, TikTok is a channel I was really reluctant to join because I don't see the kind of people that I want to serve there. TikTok has crazy followers who can easily make you mad if you're not patient. Yeah, they can. So, but they are good followers, though. They are good followers. They are very engaging. You can post like a video, and like an hour, it has over 40 comments. You get. But that's because the videos are short and TikTok is too accessible and all that. Which is also the approach that YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all these platforms are trying to copy the TikTok approach. By YouTube introduced YouTube Shorts. Facebook did the same. You get, they're trying to emulate, but you know, TikTok, you yawamba. So from TikTok, everyone can come. Like I have over like 6,000 followers as of today morning. But of those 6,000 followers, I keep telling them, okay, go to YouTube, go to YouTube, go to YouTube, because I understand that the person that can actually come to YouTube then would be my ideal person. You get? That's the ideal person that would probably value the kind of information, the brutally honest information that I churn out. For example, I've kept telling you guys here, there are cars you cannot get in within certain price ranges. Alteze y'emiliyoni omusanvu oyagala kukyawa abantu okitegeera, and then here comes someone that said oyo guy alimba mbu nze nagula alteze y'emiliyoni musanvu ne mbuuza naye ennungi nze sifayo kasita ntuuka gye ndaga. You get it? And TikTok has majority of those guys, but they are honest and loyal. Gaetano. Honest, yes, they are honest because they have nothing to lose. On TikTok is like a platform where everybody goes and they have nothing to lose. You get, so they will abuse you if they have to abuse you. They will do whatever they have to. And I think TikTok is one of those channels that scares all governments. That's why TikTok is blocked in some countries. You get, you saw the US Congress when they were debating TikTok, and some of these guys were too clueless about how apps work. There's this guy that asked the CEO of TikTok, does TikTok access my Wi-Fi? Like, does the app have the power to access your Wi-Fi unless you enable the Wi-Fi? The app uses your Wi-Fi to access servers. The app doesn't actually access your Wi-Fi. But these guys in Congress, it's like they had no idea about how apps work. They had no idea about how technology works, and they were asking all these funny questions. So governments world over are scared of what TikTok actually has the capacity to do. And TikTok is really powerful. It disseminates information too fast. It's like you can post a video and in like 30 minutes, over 2,000 people are okay. It has been viewed 2,000 times. I don't know if those are unique views, but I'm imagining 2,000 means 2,000 people. Otherwise, the followership will not be growing the way it's growing on my channel. You get. So I find that TikTok has some honest people that have nothing to lose. They will tell you what comes from their mind. But sometimes the danger of that is that sometimes they actually tell you what they haven't thought through. And when people talk without thinking, we all know it can be very, very dangerous. Yeah, but I hope you guys are doing well today morning. I'm healthy. You know, when you're healthy, so many things can go right in your life. When you're healthy, you can go and work. When you're healthy, you can go look for a job. When you're healthy, you can eat. You know, there are things we take for granted, like eating. There's someone somewhere that cannot eat. Someone cannot hear. Someone cannot see. Someone cannot speak. If you have all those senses, you have both your arms, both your legs, you get something as simple as being able to sit. You guys, so I'm grateful. I cannot say I'm the happiest, but happiness is subjective. Some people are smiling, but they are not happy, and some people are happy but not smiling. Some of us who are in front of the camera, we have to smile because someone out there will be encouraged by a smile. You get. So sometimes you have to smile even when you're not happy. But I cannot say I'm unhappy. I can't say I'm the happiest, but I cannot say I'm unhappy. I'm good. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I can eat. I can sit. I can talk. I can hear. I can see. I can smell. I can taste. All those senses, they seem very simple, but they're very important. And you should do whatever is in your power, whatever you can do in your power to make sure that you still have all those senses. Togenda kutawanya family you get. I remember my grandfather got a stroke. I think that was around 2001, 2003, as in senior one, I think. And good morning, Joshua Mugume. Yes, Subaru Cross Sports. Erietya. Gwe wa cross sporting kugoba mukakoloda kange. Nkwepikira. Tugende ku expressing kutwalire tabo. Ojiwulire. Balayo kugeroga asajja bayine mmoro ku musajja oli ayina korola. Ewe nyuka. So my grandfather had a stroke and he was bedridden for like a year and he was immobile. They would do everything for him. And that alone, that memory alone makes me work out, makes me go for my runs, makes me eat healthy. I know we all probably will get to that point where we are helpless, when we have to be helped by other people because we are sick. But if you can prolong it a little, please do. Good morning, innocent. If you can prolong it, please do. And how can you prolong that period when you're going to be immobile and people have to help you go to the toilet, they have to help you eat, they have to help you dress you up? By exercising, you guys. Don't be fat. I know this world is a very sensitive place now. You cannot tell people they are fat, you cannot tell people they are ugly, you cannot tell people they are short, you cannot tell people they are small. Apparently everything that we say these days offends everyone. But come on, guys, let's try to be healthy. As a man, you wouldn't want to be helped to do everything. You're in old age, omusajja myaka 45 nga bakuwanirira buwanirizi bwe, but you should actually also pray to God that he keeps us alive and healthy, on top of us working, because some things are not in our power, but whatever is in your power, try and do it. Exercise, eat healthy, don't eat a lot of junk food. Bulina kungolia chips, bulina kulia Rolex, bulina chikomando. Sometimes you need to eat some greens. And however much you can afford meat every day, don't eat meat every day. It's also unhealthy. Eat meat and then other days eat some vegetables. Good morning, Marvin. Yeah, so today is Market Tuesday. If you have a product service that you want to market, today is the day. You can tell us what you have on sale and how much you're selling and why we should buy from you. Personally, I'll start by telling you I'm a marketer. I help businesses, business people make sense of their markets. I help businesses get a steady flow, sustainable, and unlimited supply of customers. I help business people and businesses beat their competition. That's what I went to school to do, and trust me, when quarter I turn soil to gold. Marketing. Yeah, so I'm a marketing professional. I can help you develop a very good marketing strategy. I can help you come up with tactics that will help you attract customers and keep them coming back. Yeah, and because I'm a professional marketer, that's why I came up with this day that I called Market Tuesday, for us to learn the best practice of marketing and for us to apply these marketing practices the right way in order for our businesses to grow, in order for us to grow, so that we can buy all the cars we want. Yeah, because when business is booming, money is coming. When money is coming, you can buy a car. And when you can buy a car, probably I can also get that car for 100K from you. Which take it. But anyway, so market. Don't forget this week is men for men and cars. So this week we'll be talking about men and cars, men and cars, men and cars. Yesterday we talked about knowing our responsibility as men before we buy the cars we want or the cars we admire. Yeah. So tomorrow still will continue with men and cars. So bad customers. Of course, before we go on to start saying this customer is bad, that customer is good, it's good for us to understand the types of customers you can get in your business. Now, I don't know if Martha is here. Yeah, Martha, so we're going to be talking about bad customers and probably how to handle them. The information I've got: Vista Ade of VVTI was production from 222. It was discontinued 2003, 2002 going down. There are D4s. Yeah, and innocent. The VVTIs are not as common. They're not as common. And then there is an Adeo, and then there is the saloon version. So the saloon version is probably what is handled much better by the people that drive them. The customer. So a customer, there are normally things that we mistake as we do business. We have a potential customer. Now, the potential customer is this person that has not bought from you, but they're interested in the product that you serve. So because they're interested in a product that you provide or service, they may buy from you. Those are potential customers. Which together, let me put it in a perspective that we will understand. You see, when a girl is standing in a town center, all the guys around her are potential customers because she's a girl. Which together, and men are attracted by girls. So every man that is looking at her is a potential customer. So that happens in business. So a potential customer is anyone that might be interested or might want to buy or purchase your products or services. That's a potential customer. That's number one concept. Okay, but before you come to a potential customer, there is everyone else. You create a message and everyone else sees it. Then you're creating awareness. Then we come to potential customer. Then a customer is the person that buys from you. Any person that has bought from your business at least once is a customer. Once, one time. If a person buys from your business one time, okay, they're a customer. One time. Now, someone buys from your business more than once, they become a client. Okay? But you hear people, someone has never even bought from them and they're calling that person a client. Now, the way we define things in Uganda is quite different from what they're supposed to be defined. You see, when we are interacting with JK here and I tell him JK and the kandi muna Uganda, you get. Yeah, so there is a way that we define stuff here in Uganda that is not the way things are defined there. So a person buys from your business once, they're a customer. They buy more than once, they become a client. Client. They purchase from your business more than once. And we have like five main categories of customers, okay? And majority of businesses in Uganda, they get this first category of customer that I'm going to talk about, the wandering customer. The wandering customer. Kakati, arcades in town, shops that are in arcades, supermarkets, majority of these businesses, they get the wandering customer. The wandering customer, imutunga ayenjera bwenjezi naga nitaga soda na achama na agura. Nitaga kagato na achama na agura. Those are wandering customers. Could there be a difference between a consumer of a good and a service? No, they are both consumers. You get. They are both consumers. The difference is that a good is tangible, the service is not tangible. They are both consumers. As long as you understand who your target customer is, then you're good to go. You get. So the wandering customer. Majority of you guys here, you are serving wandering customers. Iranga senga orabanga lockdown weyali that they lock the city down. You cannot open the shop. People cannot move. That's why most businesses went down, because most businesses were dealing with wandering customers. You get, of course, there are business types that had to go down because not for them, they did not have wandering customers. But even then, there was no strategy for keeping the customers they had buying, like schools. You get, the school business was complicated. There was no way. There was no concrete strategy of keeping the schools. Even international schools closed. And yet these international schools, they sort of have a strategy. They have resources to create online learning. But there are businesses that could have survived. Food businesses. Pork joints. You get. Supermarkets. Shops. Gyms. All those businesses would have survived. But majority of businesses in Uganda, they are serving the wandering customer, the person that is moving on the road and they spot your shop. and they come and buy from you once and they go. That's why go to any shop in Kampala, go to any office in Kampala and ask them the customers they served yesterday if they know who they are. Majority of them will tell you they don't. So that's the first category of customer that I wanted you to understand. The wandering customer. Not bad. You need to all serve the wandering customer. The wandering customer is good. Sometimes the wandering customer has no choice. Sometimes the wandering customer, even here with buying cars, there's those wandering guys. Now that was a wandering customer. So he goes wherever he thinks those things are. So these wandering customers are not really sure about what they want. Good morning, Nathan. So sometimes some businesses should try and avoid the wandering customers, or these businesses should try, they should find ways of converting these wandering customers into something better. Now, after we have talked about the wandering customers, there is another category of customers, the need-based customers. The need-based customers are the customers that only remember you or your business or your service or your company when the need arises. Now, most of the hospitals we have in Uganda serve need-based customers. Ndwadde, I go to the hospital. Need-based customer. Some shops they serve sukari aweddewo tugende kuduke wa mama gundi tugule sukari. Those are need-based customers. Now you need to ask yourself, between wandering customers and need-based customers, which people are you serving? Of course, I'm going to tell you how which customer is best for your business here. Let me just turn. So the need-based customers, the businesses that serve need-based customers, they normally make a lot of money. They make a lot of money because that person has come when they really have a need. I don't know if I make sense. They have not come because they just want. They have come because they have to come. So that's why you find that doctors actually make a lot of money. Yeah, I had a story of a certain lecturer that died. I think he had a brain tumor, and they had to operate on him, and they asked for 10 million at Mulago. So the family raises the 10 million, they pay, and on the day they're supposed to operate on him, the anesthetic, that person that makes you sleep, there are things that we may think are easy to do, but they are not actually easy to do, like making someone go to sleep using chemicals. So there is someone specialized for that. So the anesthetic said he was not feeling well, so he could not work, and they postponed the operation to the next week. And along the way, I think the professor died. So these doctors make a lot of money because they serve us as need-based. If you're doing a business where you're only serving need-based customers, you're going to make a lot of money. Stop serving the wandering, stop depending on the wandering customers. Need-based customers are the best to serve. The need-based, the people that only come to you when they really need that product. And this works best for people that are specialists, like Council Patrick. You should concentrate on working on need-based customers. The people that come to you when they really, really, really need you. They really need that document. They really need that paperwork. They really need presentation. They really need advice. They really need abantu. You can actually define how much you're charging. I prefer to work on need-based customers, like for the love of cars here. When someone is looking for a car, I don't want to work on a wandering person. I've worked on wandering people. Batawanya. The wandering customers, they disturb, because wandering customers are the kind of customers that almost know everything. They give you money, but they think they know everything. And they think they know every good spot in town where you can go and get a good car. Those are wandering people. They have probably been everywhere. Now, I don't want to serve those people. They disturb a lot. They disturb a lot. So, and Council Patrick, you'll agree with me if you have ever served a wandering customer, the customer that has been to every law firm. You get that kind of person doesn't know what he wants. They are trying to make sure that these lawyers know what he wants, but they end up finding that no lawyer actually knows what he wants, what they want. So they end up not being satisfied. So you don't want to serve the wandering customers. For me personally, one way I see a wandering customer is if I tell you to deposit money on my mobile money to book your day and you don't. That's a wandering customer. And then I tell you, you're going to pay 400,000 for pre-purchase inspection, but put 50K or 100K on my phone to book your day. And you start saying, that's a wandering customer. They disturb a lot. And the wandering customers are rarely grateful. That's why I said most supermarkets are serving wandering customers. Most shops in Chikubo, wherever they are serving wandering customers. And they know. That's why when you go to places like Nakasero Market, they will hold your hand. Papa Jango to Gureko, there is a time I was going to buy waterproof for plastering. And this guy is now a customer that has a need. You don't need to say those things, because that customer has come to you, they have a need, and they know you're the person that's going to fulfill that need. That's why doctors make a lot of money. The lawyers that have become specialized, they usually do forum shopping. Exactly. The lawyers, for example, that have made a name for themselves, it's important that you create a brand. The lawyers like this guy on representing Ababi. You know, there are lawyers that are specialists. Have you stolen something? Do you have money? You want good representation to get out? They are there. Are you a political prisoner? There are lawyers for that. Do you have land issues? There are lawyers for that. Now, those lawyers that have specialized in something, they make a lot of money. They serve need-based customers. We have so far covered two categories. We have not yet gotten to our core, which is the bad customer. Okay. The third category of customers is the discount customer. You get. Now, these customers shop based only on discounts. Where is the cheap? Where is the cheap offer? Those customers are also something you want to avoid. The discount shoppers. Now, these discount shoppers can literally buy rotten products as long as it's cheap. I don't want to serve discount customers personally. The customers, normally when someone inboxes me on WhatsApp, hi Arthur, I want to go buy a car. You say you charge 400, I want to give you 200. I normally tell them, get off. You get. For me, if someone comes to me and they want to give me 200,000 for a service I know is 400, I tell them, go find someone to give the 200. I cannot serve you. You get. Because the discount people are bad. The discount customers, they will literally make sure you go down. There's a time, there's a guy that we failed to get a car for, but he was a wandering customer. He came, he gave me his price range. I showed him cars in that price range. They were not so good, but his budget was also low. So we failed to get a car. So I tell him, you know what? You go. But me, I can no longer, because we moved for 3 days and failed to get a car for him. Actually, that's when I put the limit that we move for 2 days. If in 2 days you don't have a car, it means you don't know what you want. Then you're a wandering customer. So I failed to get him a car. My mechanic failed to get him a car. Then like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks, I'm helping someone else get a car. This guy has also come. He's in Machi, India. Man, someone told me there is a car here. We got to look at the car and the car is rotten. Mvundu. You get. And then I engage this guy more to understand his thought process. And then along the way, this guy tells me, that time I was still charging 350K. This guy tells me, but Arthur, may I give you my 350K and you move for only 2 days? I want you to move for a week. And I'm asking myself, man, you're seated in my car. We are driving fuel. The car gets maintained. You give me 350, I give the mechanic 150. And you still want me to move for a week looking for a car. You get? So that's a wandering customer. The wandering customers are normally, they don't even think about your what? Your business. They don't think about the survival of your business. Which take it. But even that day, he did not get a car. 3 weeks after, we failed to get for him a car. You get? So those are wandering customers. You want to avoid them. The need-based customers are good. Find a way to twist your product or service to serve the need-based. Then, we have talked about the discount ones. Those guys were cancel Patrick or charging me $12 for consultation. I want to give you 20. Good morning, Central Forex. You get? Those ones, they are dangerous. You'd rather do pro bono than doing discount customers, because they will only come to you when you're giving a discount. And you can't, your business cannot survive by giving discounts. So try as much as possible. I'm not saying avoid them. Try as much as possible to avoid the discount customers. Then the fourth category is the impulse customers. Now, these guys, they purchase whatever is there. They purchase whatever is good at the moment. You get? These guys have no focus. These guys can be swayed. Now, these guys make good business for brokers in terms of cars. This person comes to the market and they want to buy. They're not specific about what they want. They don't even know what they want to use the car for. All they know is that they want a car. So impulsively, they'll buy whatever seems good. Those are the guys that go to the bond and they want to buy a Primo. They come out with a BMW. You get? They go to the bond. They want to buy a Paso, but they come back home with an El Grande. Impulse buyers. Those are very good meat for brokers, because the impulse buyers have no idea what is good for them. For them, they think whatever is good at that moment is good for them. You want to avoid being an impulse buyer. You want to avoid being an impulse buyer, because impulse buyers can be swayed in whatever direction the brokers want them to go. Now, we are talking in terms of cars because this is a car channel. Now, you, as a business person, you can take advantage of the impulse buyers. Just like the brokers for cars take advantage of the impulse buyers. You can take advantage of the impulse buyers. How? Impulse buyers don't really know what is good for them. Sometimes they don't even care what is good for them, as long as they get something. Impulse buyers just want to buy. They just want to go home with something. I used to be an impulse buyer with books. Like I would walk into Aristoc. I buy all my books from Aristoc. So I'd walk into Aristoc, and then I got to Aristoc wanting to buy a book on marketing. Before I went back to marketing school, I read so many books on marketing and business. So I'd go to Aristoc. I want to buy a book on marketing. And then I don't find a book I like on marketing. But then there's a book on business intelligence that looks nice. So I read on that budget epilogue, that description of the book. And I end up buying a book on business intelligence at 75. Sometimes I come with a budget of 70 and I end up buying a book at 150 impulsively. Slowly, that I've grown out of that, because work with a responsibility. Then I had no kids and all that. But now I have 2 kids. And when you have kids are they are unpredictable. Out of the blue, a kid can get malaria. Out of the blue, now there is an outbreak of mumps. You guys, I don't know if you know, for you guys that have kids, try to limit your kids' movement. Mumps is that thing that gets big here. There is an outbreak in the country, and they are very painful for kids. You get? So when you have kids, you start limiting your impulsiveness when you're buying, which take it. And of course, you need to get friends that can slap you and remind you that, man, you're being too impulsive. Don't get excited. Impulsive buyers get excited too quickly, and you don't want to be an impulsive buyer. However, as a business owner, you can take advantage of the impulsive buyers and sell to them as much as possible. For example, Council Patrick, an impulsive buyer that is selling land at like 200 million. Yeah? You give them the paperwork. After giving them paperwork, you tell them, I can protect your land title for you. Or I can protect you, or you can even purchase the retainer over I can even, you can create certain products there and there and there and then make them pay. Impulse buyers are very good to deal with. You can make quick money out of them, those impulsive buyers. But they are in the long run, they are not good for business, because an impulsive buyer will buy something that will affect them negatively, and they are not good for brands. If you're building a brand the way I'm building my brand, they are not good for brands, because an impulsive buyer will make a mistake. That's why normally, good morning, Arthur. I'm here learning, very attentive. I'm Amina, Adrian. You know me, I don't like impulsive buyers. Why? An impulsive buyer can make a mistake, and in the process, you aid them. When we go to buy cars with people, I look at a person and I understand this person now is excited. And if I realize that particular car might not be good for them, I tell them, you know what? This car is good. Go back home and think about it. If by tomorrow morning you still want to buy this car, come back and you pay. And majority of the time that I've told people to do that, when they went back home, by night, by like 10 p.m., they have changed their mind. They realized that, oh, I was just getting excited. So impulsive buyers, for you, a person that is trying to build a brand the way I'm building my brand, try as much as possible to control or maintain or not deal with impulsive buyers. Impulsive buyers can negatively impact your brand. They come and spend a lot of money on stuff that they think are nice at that moment because of the impulse. And then in the end, they realize, oh, I made a mistake. And then they want to blame someone. But who better to blame than Arthur, who was there when I was buying the Nissan Skyline? You get what I'm saying? So someone comes to you, I want to buy a Nissan Serena or Noah. You get it? And then there's a Nissan that is good. And then they get excited. And then, okay, kale, kastacho yagara guda. And then later on, they buy that Nissan. 2 weeks later, the gearbox is fried. And they say, hey, Arthur, go waliwa. I gave you my 400K. Where were you as I was buying this car? You get? So that's why normally I tell them, you know what, go back home and think about it. And then by evening, if you still want that car, then I'll tell them this car is bad because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. And then they go think about it. And by morning, they have changed their mind. So the impulsive. Now we have the very last category that you want to deal with, the loyal customers. You people that watch my channel every day. You people that watch my broadcast every day. You people that spend 1 GB every day to watch me. You are the loyal customers. Now, you are the people that everyone should be serving. You are the people that every business needs. You are the people that every channel needs. You may be 15 or 20, but you're always there. You get? Every business needs loyal customers. You guys, Kati, for us that went to poor schools, me, I went to Chitebi. Good morning, sleeping dat. Hey, Corolla 2001. Hey, go back Subaru. You know what Subaru turned up when I started racing with the Subaru guy. He be like, where has he gone? Hey, Corolla again. There's a time this guy was diving a RAV4. He tried to race me. I drove my car in the white in Ngamba. Then I knew I had to change the engine because the white smoke is not supposed to come out of the car when you go so fast. But he saw me going, wee! And then I reached where I was turning off and I indicated, and then he came and looked at me. You man. And I said, hey, that's what they call a Corolla 2001 model manual. Anyway, so the loyal customers now, these guys, they buy from you. Whenever they want to buy something and you have it, good morning, Vincent, they will come and buy from you. These are the loyal people. You get? The guys that when they think about, you guys that recommend me for business. Today, I've gotten 2 phone calls of guys that say, I got your number from someone. They said you can do pre-purchase inspection for me. And I said, yes. And then we start the conversation. And then I ask them the question that I will ask anyone here, to make sure that they are prepared enough to buy the car they want to buy. You guys want to transform your customers into loyal customers. Just in the I'm not the washer. I don't wash. But if this car came to someone that washes, it's a very nice car. Good morning, Vianney. I hope you're doing well. Vianney, advertise your products. Abananga abantu babere no katinza no estate olaba Vianney. Abantu tebayina masanyalaze, I can tell you. and we have a lot of guys here that have built homes nga tebalina masanyaze, they don't even do wiring. Kanza wiring wange chali wange yamukola ajja namukola mu phase kati yakola wiring we wantu awamu bakubyewo plaster kati agenda kudda kule wiring we walala nabo bakubyewo plaster. That's how I do. I pay mortgage slowly by slowly. Anyway guys, so the loyal customers now, loyal customers, they make up minority. You know, you've heard of this thing where they say that 20% of your customers give you 80% of your income. Have you heard of that? Totally true. Totally true. 20% of your customers give you 80% of your money. There is a big difference between a car and a Subaru, especially cross sport. Hey, Joshua, me in my Corolla, yeviani amani. This Corolla will overtake even the Subaru with the turbos. But after you can't race a Subaru. Central Forex. If Yanni drives a Subaru, Joshua drives a Subaru. I've challenged them, but nobody day. Hey. You people, aba Subaru boba manyaka moroka kange. When kogera kuba indipaka wiranga no mutima guba kuba do. Kati Joshua gana korole yo. Ata chicha yoga. I will tell you so jivuga nakaka ne kavaye mabega nenga kuyise kunga gwakalengere nembwe moroka nge fuwa nenge genze. Central Forex. You'd be there. Leave this Corolla alone. Abana bange bajja jivuga njabongira mune kuzi airbag wana all modify because baba na banga tebo yakabajja kuba badduka nnyo speed. Anyway, back to customers. We have covered the 5 commonest. I think that's like the 5 categories of customers. We have the wandering customer ya tamanyi cha yagala. Okay, we've talked about the wandering customers. We have talked about the need-based customers. We have talked about the discount customers. We've talked about the impulse customers, and then the loyal customers. You guys need to understand that whichever customers you have, you want to transform them into the loyal customers. Transform them into the. Now, the category that is easier to transform into a loyal customer is the need-based customer. Okay? The need-based customer, the customer comes to buy from you when they need a product. You can transform this person into a loyal customer. Now, the advantages of a loyal customer is this loyal customer will recommend people to buy and come and buy from you. And we all need the loyal customers. Every business. Some businesses have survived because of loyal customers. Me, I buy my batteries from Uganda Batteries and I go to the factory wali all the time. I'm loyal to Uganda Batteries. Which other brand I used to be too loyal to Shell. And if I service in Korea Shell, but Shell oils never duplicating. Sometime back my engine almost blew. So now I do service at Total, but I still get fuel from Shell. So I'm a loyal Shell customer. I'm also now a loyal Samsung user. So you want to get loyal people. Loyal. I'm not loyal to MTN or Airtel. The fact is, if I got a service provider that gave me better internet, I'll definitely skip Airtel and MTN. So you want to you in your business, go back and look at your customer lists if you have customer lists and find out which customer is loyal to me. That's why businesses have loyalty programs. That's why places like Mega Standard, they have loyalty programs. That loyal customers get points. You buy from Mega Standard, at least every time you buy from Mega Standard, you get a point or you get points. So that at Christmas, you can use your points to get some free products. So loyal customers are good. Good morning, bro. I'm your loyal follower tuned in from Lira. How much can I buy and fix a tracker in my car? Your tracker will cost you 350. Of course, in Lira, then it will not have. Of course, if my technician is coming to Lira, because sometimes we get we get NGOs that need trackers in their cars, then we can keep in touch. And when my technician is coming to Lira to install trackers in, let's say if we get an organization or a transport company or a tour company that wants, then I can tell you that they are coming, and then you get a tracker installed in your car. But other than that, then you have to cater for transport or actually come to Kampala yourself. yeah, which might be inconvenient. Yeah, but 350, if you're in Kampala here, we come to you. Vianney, because Vianney says I'm obsessed with my car, because me, I've ever drove a Subaru. Even me, I've driven a Subaru, but leave this car. You people, leave this car. Me, I'm challenging a Subaru person. I'm challenging a Subaru person. Kana kamoro kakamoyini kano. Yeah, ulira gear. Ziwili wezigendamu. Ziwili wezigendamu. Eyo namba 5. Eyo nya. Eyo satu. Eyo bidi. Eyo emu. Eyo reverse. You people, you don't know what you're talking about. Arthur, I think you haven't tried the turbocharged version of a Subaru or STI. Those cars have almost 300 horsepower. Nze bonna mbepikira. Bija maragana. Bija maragana Vianney. So we have talked about all those customers. Now, I want us to define a bad customer and a good customer. We need to differentiate them. Because when you differentiate who a good customer is and who a bad customer is, then you can know how to deal with bad customers. Now, first of all, a good customer is a customer that pays for their products in time. Or a customer mulungi. A good customer is a customer that gives you feedback, good or bad. That's a good customer. A good customer has some other non-financial benefits to you. Like a good customer can give you a review on social media. A good customer can recommend customers. A good customer will come and critique you when things are not going right, but in a good way. A good customer will not make noise when you wrong them. A good customer will actually come to you and tell you, know what, this you did wrong. How can we correct it? And they are willing to correct it with you. That's a good customer. Okay? Now, who is a bad customer? I've told you guys time and again, personally, I don't think I want to work with government. I don't want to get a government contract. Because I've seen so many people that I know suffering because they got a government contract and their money hasn't been paid in 2 years. They were done with the project, but their money was not paid. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So I don't want to be in that situation where you lose all your employees because you cannot pay them. You lose your property because the government has not paid you. And then you have staked your product, your property in the bank. So personally, because I've seen so many bad experiences of people that have worked with government agencies and they were not paid in time. Yeah. So I personally don't want, because from my definition, then the government becomes a bad customer, doesn't pay in time. Sometimes they don't even pay. And a bad customer over bargains. A bad customer and a person that over bargains doesn't care about your business, the numbers. A person that over bargains only cares about themselves. They don't know that you have overhead expenses. I've told you time and again, for example, I keep telling you what I spend on so that you understand where the charges I charge you come from. I don't help people buy a car like every day. Like in a month, I can help like 2 people. And that's like 800K. And 800K, I have to give the mechanic like 300,000 of that money. Then we use fuel. And then we eat. I can't eat when my customer is looking on. So I use 1.5 GB of data every day, broadcasting. And that's one of the things that probably keeps us alive here. And that's one of the reasons why I introduced that service, because I know I help people. But then when I help people, they also help me keep my channel alive. You get. So, but a customer that comes to bargain, Nomgamba, I charge 400K and they sing in the that's a bad customer. You don't want to bring them close. Because it's soccer, customers that over bargain disturb. That's my experience. And in all businesses that I've done. Customers that over bargain are normally cheap customers. And cheap, in this case, is almost an abuse. You don't want to be cheap. A cheap person is a person that will intentionally not spend the money that needs to be spent. Arthur, me in my Kayongeza, I will just exceed the speed limit because you don't exceed the speed limit. Yeah, probably that's the thing. Speed limit yokayenku. But abasajja Subaru tebatya speed limit. Kiyitawo zwi. Ekigenda zwi mu Subaru kyakyo zwi. Kata speed limit yoka yinza okunkuba by the way gaitano. I don't know if you get what I'm saying when I'm defining a bad customer. A person that over bargains your products and services. Because one thing, me, I don't bargain, by the way. I don't. If I cannot afford you, I walk away. Either if I go to someone's business and I ask them how much is it for me to get this product or service, and they tell me 200,000, I say, okay. If I cannot afford, I move away. And then they keep calling me. I tell them, I cannot afford it. I cannot afford it. And they say, but to say, and I say, but you'll give me a bad service because I bargained. You get either for me when I'm buying from someone, I normally ask them, sente mekazo otunda ezisemba yo, because I'm not the kind of person that bargains a lot. Because normally when you bargain, oyinza okunyigiriza omuntu and they give you a bad product or service. That's why actually shops in Kampala, they have two categories. Viani ndo za gobimanye byamasanyalaze. Muina simanya class B, class C, ne class A. Kati when someone over bargains, they give you the bad class. Hi, I really appreciate your work. Hope when I raise some money, I will contact you to help me get a car. Amina, Oliver. You get what I'm saying? These guys in Kampala, they even have classes of products. You don't, just give me a minute. You don't personally I don't want to put anyone in a situation where they have to compromise the quality of product or service that they are giving me. So that's why I try as much as possible to avoid bargaining, because I'll become a bad customer. And when I become a bad customer, then they will become a bad service provider. So a bad customer, first of all, I'm bargaining bad customers. Me, I've realized on the road I can only challenge Mark X. The rest I see them as small boys and deliberately let them go. Oiba viani korola yango jitya viani nze nkubulira. Anyway, yotuveyo. So bad customers don't pay on time. Sometimes they don't pay at all. The bad customers over bargain. Bad customers are the wandering customers. The customer that doesn't know what he wants is a bad customer. They waste time. Bad customers waste time. You need to know. You need to learn to spot the bad customer and let them go. No miracle new. Now, when you're the kind of business that serves majority wandering customers, bebubosanga nga basikaba customer mikono. Jangu tukusibe mviri, you see those guys at Mutasa Kafero, Gazalan. Jangu Bulaza, Jangu. You don't want to be that kind of business person. You don't want to be desperate to that point that the wandering customers are your ideal kind of customers. Wandering customers are bad customers. Discount customers are bad customers. Let the discounts be justified. Like a person that has bought from us and you have like 50 receipts from our supermarket, this year we are discounting 30% on all our products. Why? Because you have bought from us more than 30 times, so we will give you a discount. That's how discounts should be working. Discounts should not be, you should not be pulling more discount customers because they'll buy from you now because you have discounted, and then next time they will not come because you're not discounting. So avoid the time wasters because they are bad. The bad customers still don't give you feedback. I don't know if you guys have heard of the saying that the silent customer is a bad customer. A customer that will come normally, they will not tell you, but they will tell other people. That's a bad customer. And personally, I think my instincts always tell me about bad customers. I smell them. And normally when I sense that, with for the love of cars, when I sense that the customer will give me trouble, I give them their money. I don't work with them. Actually, even by just talking to someone, I can sense that this person is going to give me trouble. When I talk to you on phone, I can sense. And when I sense it, that's the time I say, I'm sorry, I'm not available on that day. I'm an architect and I'm really experiencing the same this side. Yeah. Which one? The wandering customers, the discount customers, over the totally bad customers. The totally bad customers. And I have a cousin of mine that is an architecture student, and I'm trying to make sure that she understands how the world actually works outside, because apparently majority of the time when people go to school they think, oh, I'm going to go and study architecture and then I'll go and be employed somewhere. But from what I've realized, even you guys, mulinga baloya, you be part of an architecture firm, nenga ateba customer bogwa ino befunida. So you need to understand how the dynamics of customers work. So the bad customers, they never give you feedback. Even if you ask them, what do you think about our service or product today? Was it good? Same. For them, they never actually complain, because as bad customers, they rarely pay. They pay late. They buy at a discount. Bad customers always, they rarely pay, if they pay at all. They pay late. They buy at a discount. So ojagenda okwesanga nga yini bwafuna product embi, they don't really care. I don't know if I make sense. So bad customers, even when they get bad service, sometimes they deserve it. They know. You get it? So they don't really care. And those are things when you're building a brand that you want to stand the test of time. Nga oyagala Joshua Mugume batuke nga bagamba Joshua Mugume mwemwe arch Joshua Mugume. Nga when they look around a certain town, all the nice buildings are yours. You want to avoid bad customers. Bad customers will take you into depression. Bad customers, you see, when producers like producer Didi are struggling, producers like Washington are struggling, they served bad customers. Forget about even these things of Sijui bad choices. Sometimes you can be making the good choices, but without the resources, the good choices don't make sense. Keep serving the bad customers and you'll keep struggling. I don't know if I make sense, guys. And you don't want to be that kind of person that keeps struggling all the time simply because you made the wrong choice of serving the bad customer. In electric business, most Ugandans cannot afford original products. The initial cost of genuine solar backup system is quite high, and they end up opting for the cheap and fake items. Vianney, I think people can afford. Personally, I can afford. I don't know where to buy those things. Actually, when you talk about electronics, Vianney, in the school always a soda. I don't know why. Boyoge electronics in those umeme kana masanza figafaga bulijo ochegera. Most Ugandans think that solar products, the people that deal in solar products are strictly solar. And those guys are working on solar baleta fake products because they want to sell in volumes. What's that? Good morning, JK. Sorry. I don't want to miss flights. They cost money. If I missed a flight, sorry about that. Castor to say, Vianney, I personally think that tubulwayo a business that is building a sustainable brand. Tuchabulidwayo business that builds a sustainable brand, and they stick to their guns and they say we are going to sell quality products no matter what. We are lacking that. And I'm thinking that the day there comes an electronic products. I know that's sorry, JK. Exactly. Those are the Vianney Ochirabi. Even Central Forex doesn't know where to buy the genuine solar products. We already know that everything in the market for solar is fake. We already know it's fake. So we just buy anyway because we know it's fake. So if we got a company that used the marketed the right way, I would say, a company that marketed the right way, and they stuck to their guns and they continued to bring the good products, however expensive they may be. One person buys from you, Vianney, and the solar products are really nice, and they will tell others, I've had my solar batteries for like 10 years. They are really good. And in 10 years, they won't be selling for the same. And trust me, in 10 years, the number of customers would have like almost tripled. That's the thing that we are lacking. Majority of businesses in Uganda, because they serve wandering customers, wandering customers, indecisive. They serve wandering customers, discount customers, and impulse buyers. So tebafaayo nnyo kuzimba kugula bintu kuleeta bintu biri genuine. Kale kati mutufaako naffe tetujja bafa katubaguze mugende byakemu. Okitegeera. Arthur, I think even the one rendering the service can determine which kind of customer visiting them. Yes, Council. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, Patrick. That majority of the time, people start businesses when they don't even have the money to sustain the business for like 5 years. Ideally, when you start a business, you should give it time for like 3 years for the business to be there. Ugandans don't have that. Ugandans don't have that. Ugandans start a business nga gwomwezi gwenyine week eyo yenyini sente zirimo zaalya. Kitegeeza alina okutunda. So they are not going to try and build something that is sustainable. Most Ugandans like cheap things, so I guess they might be bad customers, just in different levels. Gaetano, they are good customers, I can tell you. They are good. You just have to be worth their money. You just have to be worth their money. I can tell you that there are people that have come to buy cars with me, and my God, I enjoyed the ride. Yes, Urban. Nice. It's nice? Good. Ragnar, I'm coming. Let me come. Let me finish working. No, Gaetano, I don't think that most Ugandans like cheap things. Yes, Ragnar. You eat. Good, you eat. Ragnar is calling Kasava Vasaga. I don't think that that Ugandans like cheap things, Gaetano. This is my interpretation. I try to be positive in all angles. I think Ugandans have realized that most of the things that come to Uganda are fake. Have you ever bought something that you thought was genuine and it ended up being fake? That's a disappointment that most Ugandans have got. They buy something thinking it's genuine and it ends up being fake. So they start saying, fake. That's, I think. JK said Davis and Chatlif has got some genuine products. I'm going to try Davis. We have them, but example, deep cycle batteries of probably Vitron brand will cost thrice the same of the average brands. Vianney, let me try to give you an approach that I would use. It's just that I thought that's what I call a business is on now. But their business I would get into, and I think I become a market leader. I've told you, bari mukuba plaste wangi. That's why one reason I'm giving myself a break. Like I'll go back to work, I think, on Thursday. Nadde nonya waterproofing products. I was looking for waterproofing products, and I went to Nakasero because that's like the place for hardware and stuff. There is no shop that can tell you that we are specialists in waterproofing. You end up with the Kadei, and Kadei is telling you waterproofing, and you tell him you're waterproof. There is no shop that can tell you that they're specialists in tiles. There is no shop that they can tell you they're specialists in this. And you know why? Because Ugandan business people don't have the knack to actually say, I'm going to be a specialist at this, and I'm going to give people the best of this, no matter what it takes. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And that's something that probably affects us all the time. Uganda Batteries but Uganda Batteries is the leading battery distributor in Uganda. Which other product? Which other thingy? Gentex. I have 2 Gentex tanks, 5,000 liters each at my home. It's Uganda. It's a Ugandan product, and it's quality. But there was a time when people said the tank has the steel, the nunge. But those steel tanks are not good. These plastic tanks are good. So I'm thinking that Vianney, if for example we got like Vianney, I know you can do this, guy. You have money. You can become a specialist in genuine solar batteries, which take it, and you market them as such. And you market them as such. It will take you like 3 years to pick up, but when you pick up, you will pick up. I've realized that good marketing is good marketing, and good marketing works, my brother. Good marketing works. Good marketing works. The problem is good marketing costs money. What's up? Hey. Hey. Good marketing works, but good marketing costs money. Good marketing costs money. You take. You want to give me some? Not now. You eat. Good marketing costs money, but most Ugandans don't want to invest in marketing. That's why you find that Indians are taking our market. Which take it. I have really experienced bad customers in my business. I think like who? I think like someone said here. Patrick said that even someone rendering the service can keep attracting the bad customers. Definitely. You need to ask yourself, which people am I marketing to? Because you may be marketing to a segment of society that has bad customers. Which together. So then, Marvin, you have to figure out which segment of the market can pay good money for my services as an architect. Personally, there are people in the estate that never paid for architects. And actually, when you look at their house, there are so many houses, by the way, that have no architectural plans. Mine has an architectural plan, and even those 3D things that you give us. And people look at the house, bichi. Ani yakubira aka sketch. I went to an architect and I actually paid money. There are people that appreciate professionalism and they will pay good money for it. So you just have to know where are they, and then you target them properly. Arthur, the best capital you can use is loyalty and being trustworthy. Yeah, but you need capital to actually market. Marketing costs money. Business, bagwa mungwe. Thank you, Forex. Most people bagwa mungwe go to 6th Street Industrial Area for tile specialists. I think I'll try that for my bathroom because I'm going to use PVC tiles for the rest of the house. And then bathrooms, I'll use the Bangamba Spanish. It's enough, Arthur. You will let JK cry. There are Felicity lithium batteries on the market that don't have the capacity they claim but still work well. I have a friend who installed them. As a contractor, most firms will always consider the lowest bidder regardless of the quality of service. For me, I charge consultation fees and transport for customers who want me to visit their sites. Yes, Vianney, I pay. I actually also pay people that come to visit my site. Wandering service provider. They are wandering service providers. Those firms you don't give. But if you value the service that someone is going to give you, you'll give them. Like a plumber came to my house like 2 days ago to see, and I gave him transport. I told him, you know what, I cannot afford this right now, but how much should I give you for transport? And I gave them transport. And I know that's probably money that he makes for plumbing at other places. But it's because that's me being a good customer. They will want to work for you. Of course, like some people take that for granted. But Vianney, your approach is good. You charge for consultation and transport. Let it be clear that we charge for this. But Vianney, one thing I can tell you that good marketing and branding pays off. It pays off. It doesn't pay off like in a month or something, but it pays off. It costs money, of course, but it pays off. A 5 kilowatt battery can actually has about 4.2 kilowatts. I have no idea what that means, JK. I hear those things of the 5 watts, 2 watts. All I know is that 5 watts is Singapore 2 watts. Arthur, most guys go to buy spare parts and prefer cheap Japan used. So mechanics put dust on the Taiwan spares and may end up buying them most expensive as Japan used. Actually, Gaetano, the Japan used is more expensive than the new things. If you are, let me look at you. Boy, you're still sick. Does this hurt? Does it hurt a lot? Did you take medicine?
I told wanted to give me painkiller and she did it and she refused.
Go remind her. Yeah, sorry about that. Gaetano, actually, me, I buy new things now whenever I can, but some new things are actually poor quality. And there are cars where you don't put those new things, like the Prado TX, the one that has ball joints that break. Tote kangamuchi into bino ebipya Taiwan. Ochitegera ajja kuswaza. And because it's probably because Ugandan business people, they don't really give a thought to how being reliable can actually get them more customers. So they just bring whatever they can. And I think some businesses attract the bad customers intentionally. But also I find that mechanics are bad sometimes. Bakuguza ebintu ebikyamu. Okitegeera. Basobola okuguza ebintu ebikyamu. But regardless, we have to move. Good morning, bro. First tell me about Raul new model and its expected price. I used by about 15 in Nunji. The new one is about 25 in the bond. Here is a simple explanation, Arthur. If you light a 2-watt bulb for 4 hours, you consume 8 watts. So it means if I have 3 watts, it consumes 3 watts every hour. Manyinze ebwere wange saatekayo bulb za kanyo nateka bulb bungi nga bwa butonotono. 3 watts is better than having 9 watts in one place. So I have light that is spread. A kilowatt is 1000 watts. Cutting kutegedde, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, so bad customers are something you need to avoid. They don't pay on time. If they pay at all, they over bargain. They don't give feedback. They don't give recommendations. Not that they have an obligation to recommend, no, but they don't give recommendations at all. They don't tell people about the good service you give. They don't appreciate bad customers, and bad customers make you make losses all the time. You make losses with them all the time. Just give me 1 second. Let me ask. Sorry about that. Arthur, take an example of a doctor and a nurse. Both of them almost render a similar service. The rates charged by both differ. So different customers may prefer a nurse as opposed to a doctor because no, Patrick, a nurse definitely doesn't know some of the things that a doctor knows. A nurse is an assistant to a doctor. A nurse is an assistant to a doctor. Yes, a nurse is an assistant to a doctor. Those watts are put per hour. Have just learned a new thing. The analogy isn't right. A nurse can't do most. Exactly, Jackie. That's what I'm saying. A nurse is less than a doctor. Ochitegera. Yeah, they are totally different. But what I think is brand yourself in the right way, and you'll get the premium customers, the customers that can pay top dollar for your service. I think that's the best way to look at it. If you have a weak brand, you'll attract the bad customers. If you have a strong brand, you attract the premium customers. Davis and Shatleaf has created a premium brand. So they bring good products. So they attract premium customers. Now there are so many solar companies. Products so they attract the customers that just want to light. Tebafayo babifamangu kasitabi aleta sola n'amanya nti nyinayo sola. Okitegeera. and selling bad products is not sustainable. You guys saw the MTN solar company. How long did it last? Negwa, they rebranded it because their products were not long lasting. They were not good. So nebo no korachi. If you have bad products, you will not last long. Ero jagwa. So omuntu alina products ennungi oba service ennungi ne waba akola ku customer buli mwezi okitegeera ajja kukola emyezi mingi okusinga gwafunye ba customer abangi buli lunaku ng'otuna for like 6 months n'ogwa lumu kalaso kokoliroko is good example okitegeera. So for us to also stop attracting bad customers, we need to be good service providers or good product providers okitegeera. Yeah. So nze kati njize ya cha watts. So I have 9 watts. It's better than having 15 watts. Nalimbi gata mu ano jeke. Nengama instead of buying like a 10 watt bulb egende mu kifo kimu. Let me buy 3 bulbs that are 3 watts and I spread them because my house is long. Wano makati neeno. Because the 110 watt bulb will be in one place. Nebuli the light spreads and I'm not even using 10 watts. I'm using 9 watts. So I want to install a 10 kilowatt solar system and getting quality is kati kyekigambo kyoyogedde jeko oyogedde kyaki kyowandise so sijja nakukisoma bitambya kutuswaza buswaza mu bantu tugaita manyi kusoma kigambo nkimanyi okisoma naye sijja kukisoma. So sacrosanct. Actually I know the word sacrosanct. What it means is something that inviolable. Jekana jekolinga mchala namanyi okuneragira kono mu luzungu abelevokera ku mulimu olw'aba corporate najja nayogera oluzungu olwokwera gw'obwera ziba nange nze ndi munna Uganda oluzungu njogera lwe Uganda kati JK is trying to make the word easier for me. He has brought an even harder word. Sacrosanct is even easier than inviolable. Where can I get good a computer to be a server for my 15 computer students? Any leads? Jeremy. That is one thing I would actually recommend that you go to those Indians and tell them exactly what you want. They will sell to you. I think a server should be new. Server ugezaako nnyo n'otagula bintu bye bazimbiridde. I personally recommend you go to Indians. Bannayuganda sigamba nti ki bannayuganda abasinga bayaaye. And most Ugandans don't actually care about the customer. That's one thing I've realized. Most Ugandans don't care about the customer. Most Ugandans just care about making money. And as a business person, whenever you just care about making money, you will fail. Machure, bakugambi, go to Machure. And I'm sure Machure is an Indian shop. Most Ugandans just care about making money in the short run. Gwenga customer takufaka akuba bubi. Era when most Ugandans are not saying all, most Ugandans era bw'arabikanga akufaako manya alina waakubira. Especially for people that you're going to the shops to buy something. Ajja kutuuza akuweneka soda nga bali bagayi bali baguzara fe million 16 nga ya mwenda. Baba gulira ne soda ne breakfast. Nga babaze tugaba kwa million 7. Ana Ugandans. You can build a server after okuzimba isn't the problem. You need the right components to build your rig. Yeah, you can, but I personally find that sometimes buying a new machine would save you a lot of headaches. If you build using the wrong components, then it's a problem. The problem we have in Uganda is professionals are misplaced. People don't differentiate between a craftsman, electrician, technician, technologist, or engineer. You want to use an engineer for every job. Anti namwe temu differentiating aviani. Temu differentiating. Personally, nze ondaba ndi munakatemba. I've taken it upon myself to make sure that people know the difference of these professionals, those professions. One way, Vianney, you can actually make sure that people, your customers, actually know the difference is by having sessions. YouTube one, create sessions, because your products, unlike your products in electronics, being a demand. So even if you started a channel, like a YouTube channel, or start a website and just write blogs, you start something like a podcast for people to learn more, you'll be creating awareness. And by creating awareness, you'll be creating a market for yourself. And you create a market for yourself, so you get people to actually come and buy from you, and buy from you in the right way. Now, that's a marketing strategy. It will cost you money in the beginning, Vianney, but in the long run, it will make you a market leader. Waliwo guy kati ababikoze aba construction babikoze nnyo mwaba amasanyaze sinalaba babikola, but you can create a podcast. That's why I'm going to create a podcast studio mujje mugipangisenga mugikozesenga for your stuff. But it would definitely work for you, Vianney. People don't know because there is no awareness. And it's you people that need to create awareness. I stopped explaining to people who call me a mechanic whenever they ask, and I tell them I'm a mechanical engineer. Oli mechanical JK from Uganda. Lwaki bateka kaka mechanical? Boba toli mechanical. Bakuleke engineer fitujja kyesonyiwa. Yakuita mechanical engineer toga batoli mechanic. Ayachika mechanical chikola coach. You say we are Ugandans. But anyway, I totally understand. But it's your responsibility, you guys, to make sure that people actually tell the difference. This will make it easier for your kids, because one thing I realized about you guys that are engineers, they become engineers. So you want to make the playing ground at least a little better for them. Kati, you try and create awareness. So commenting as Zibuzebanaki. There's a mechanical engineer here who worked in Uganda for 15 years before coming here to upgrade, and then got a job here. Storage and needs. And commenting at Zidabik. I don't know what YouTube did to its thingy here. Today it's different. Martha, Gaetano, Council Patrick, Happy Isaiah, Innocent Mugabe, Joshua Mugume, Ruyonga Marvin, Juko Nathan, Central Forex, Adrian Mugewa, Sleeping Dart, Eke Vincent, Vianney, Joshua, Central Forex, Hasso Bernard, Okumu Oliver, JK, of course, and of course Namabali Mkamoli. I don't take it for granted. Emerson Barak, Jeremy, Odong Emma. Odong is asking, how can I know that odometer has been tampered with? I had the most cars in Uganda roll back odometer. You need to have like that car. The diagnostic machine, it can tell you. But if you don't have it, there is no other way. But even not tampering, they can buy those odometer, the new clock. Good morning, October. He told me that there are no mechanical engineering jobs per se, but most mechanical engineering ends up working as a maintenance guys. Exactly, JK. Katola ba uncle mo mechanic. I think our guy mechanical engineer. Yeah, in Uganda, there are so many things that need to be right, but you people have to come back and make it right. Vianney, JK, October, Martha, Arthur, Central Forex, Jeremy, you guys need to make Uganda right. Nobody else. That's why I'm staying in Uganda. Iranze nabagamba. Uganda bwendi tukange iganje bwenji fulu masida no kufa banzikeyo. I'm here in Uganda because I believe we slowly, one by one, we can make Uganda right. I don't know if I make sense, guys. So jeke mukomeo mutereze the OB2 scanner. Yes. So Odong, that's what you need, the OBD2 scanner. JK, you guys need to come back here and we make this country right. We make this country right, and we will. You guys, I have to go. Thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I hope you guys have learned something. I've personally learned stuff. Njizenti kati nyina what's mekao nyina what's mwenda wano what's satu eri what's mukaga eri what's satu ngenda gata yenda la mede what's mukaga kuchikomera ntekeko what 10 naziba zedda kati manyi abantu amu what's zengendo take ebweru wonna baba bazina ku balubo yemu. So guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. Tomorrow, we are continuing our conversation on men and cars. I'm going to share you the broadcast, the political broadcast to be right for individuals to make change. I have friends who tried and were frustrated even when they had funding deals from here. You know, when I read about the professor that died, even after paying the 10 million they asked for, the angatubina anesthetic, that guy that makes people sleep in the hospital during operations, Mulago Hospital has that one, only one brain anesthetician, only one. I actually thought about relocating. When I read that story, I thought about relocating. Ninga nekati mu Uganda tukola muchi. When I read that story of that guy dying after paying 10 million, never postponing because tebaina chitegeza all the anesthesians in Uganda, they go outside the country never there because they want it better. The guys in offices were so corrupt and the finders no sense in the business because it was more expensive than doing the same business here in Europe. You know, we try to love our country. We try, man. We try to love our country. We try to love our country. Corruption, you try to stay away from the government, because when you stay away from the government, they stay away from your business. So I was thinking, when I read that story of this guy that had all the money, and still he died because there was no medical personnel to work on him. And I thought, is this the life I want my kids to grow up in? Already never amanya damazungu. Man, cancel my masters in Jimari. I seriously considered relocating because that story was sad. Because omuntu wafa because ta innocent, it's understandable. Niyo omuntu nafa nga n'okusasula asasudde. Guys, mbere bulungi. Temwerabira ku TikTok jendi for the love of cars Uganda still. Ku TikTok ate ndi mubi nnyo. Njogera nnyo because nabo bajjira kati nange ebintu amazima ngogera nnyo siri gentle nga wano. Most people in Uganda confuse terms as an architect can easily call themselves an engineer. A bailiff can call themselves a lawyer. Himself refer to someone as in the middle. Yeah. You differentiate. You guys need to create category architect, create lawyer. All lawyers should probably have blog websites and have blogs there where they tell people. You create awareness. Kadokusingo kola ebintu nga buli sero obo nonya customer. You create these vlogs like this one. Like today, I've not told you to come and I do pre-purchase inspection for you. But we share information and we learn. This is how we are changing the mindset of our people and changing the country. But our country is letting us down, man. Our country is letting us down. I seriously thought about relocating. Nembere bulungi. Ennaku ennumyemu mubeere bulungi. Tulabagane enkya kumakya.